system. No, I must place the unions in proper perspective for people to understand.
Hello and welcome to the program. Now, after weeks of tension across the country as a result of the October 1 deadline given to Igbos in the north to quit that part of the country, the Arewa youth have officially withdrawn their threat and advocate for peaceful coexistence with their Igbo neighbors. However, the U-turn made by the Arewa did not go down well now with many Igbos, especially the indigenous people of Biafra. The body, in a swift reaction, of course, rejected the olive branch extended by Arewa youth and advised Igbos in the north to leave that part of the country or face the consequence. Against the backdrop of this development, the governors of the South, South and Southeast, of course, met in Enugu to discuss issues affecting the nation, especially the continued agitation for self-determination or independence now, if you like, championed by IPOB. Enugu State Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, who addressed the opening session, told his colleagues that the two zones are joined by tradition, geography, brotherhood, and also by common challenges. He said that Igbo leaders had already met and agreed on a restructured Nigeria where peace, love, equity, and opportunities are paramount, regardless of creed, ethnicity, gender, and political affiliations. Having the same experiences of youth restiveness in their regions, the governors at the end of the meeting agreed to the indivisibility of Nigeria as one united country, but called for a system of government that will guarantee security, equality, and fairness for all Nigerians. This position is, of course, in consonance with the president's speech in which he said the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. Although some people are still criticizing that position, the governors of the 11 states of Southeast and South-South seem to be on the same page with the government for now. Joining me now to discuss these and several other issues plaguing this country at the moment, we have Gomarai Presidor, who is a social analyst now and a right activist from the South of the country. And I also have great Imo Jonathan, who is a public affairs analyst from the Southeast of the country. For me, it really doesn't matter where you come from anyway. Yeah. You're Nigerians. But let me start with you, President. What do you make of the position now of these governors? I mean, clearly re-emphasizing the indivisibility of this country and clearly, sending out a clear message there that Nigeria should remain as one.
Well, I think they mean well for us. They spoke the minds of the common people, in particularly the South-South. Except the only aspect that some of us are worried about is we have to really restructure the system. And I wonder, some people talk about restructure probably in the minds of individuals. No, when we say restructure, I give you a very clearing case. I come from that part of the country. I just came back. The East-West Road that was being worked on has been abandoned. Lagos-Ibadan, abandoned. So we need to research our mind. How? Let us think that I come from a particular side in the South-South, yes, but the Kano is my home. Good. Let's appreciate each other as one. Until we do that, you see, some of us cannot agitate what they do now, but we think we should be one. Why? Some of us maternally could come from the north.
Exactly.
So when you talk about dismembering or whatever, it affects a good number of us. We are Nigerians, and we are proud to be Nigerians. But government should take the pains to restructure, address issues. I don't want to go further, but...
Don't worry, I'm still going to come back to you, for instance, because this issue of restructuring, I actually would want to know, because the word restructure is actually an omnibus word. It's very good to pinpoint some of the areas we will want restructured. Even the government too has said it is not averse to the whole idea of restructuring and all of that, but we need to know what should be restructured. Great. I mean, you look at this initiative of the governors. What do you make of it? Because, I mean, for me, if you ask me, I would say it's a good idea that, we're having this enlarged body now of governors from both the Southeast and the South-South coming together and, making their voice known. Because before now, I would say we had not heard much from these governors, especially the governors from the Southeast of the country.
Well, I must say it's a good development. We must commend them for at least coming to their senses. Because number one, sometimes when you read narratives on social media, you feel that there has been an attempt to balkanize the two brothers, to make them act individually, and in such occasion, they have never fared well. That's number one. For example, some of the agitations being led by younger people today was as a result of the vacuum created by these elected supposed leaders. Because I don't consider leadership from the perspective of being elected or sitting in a position. Leaders, as I always say, they are pathfinders, people who know where their society should be, and they are leading them there. It mustn't be you're a governor, a senator. So the vacuum created, the vacuum of leadership created have led to the likes of the margins of Nnamdi Kanu, the Tompolos of this world. If these people were proactive, whatever be the grievances of the South and the Southeast in the times past, or the generality of the Niger Delta or Southern Nigeria, or even Northern Nigeria, some of these elements wouldn't have emerged. So they were sleeping on duty, they were aloof of their responsibilities, some of them were just interested in the perks of office. Just become a governor, build houses in Dubai, build houses in London. They were not feeling the impact or their own or the negativity of their attitude upon their people. So they created this large gap that have been taken advantage of, and right now they are running helter-skelter. And let me also say this, it's good that they've gathered, but it is not enough to gather. I want to see concrete things. For example, we want to restructure Nigeria. I am also challenged as a man from the southeastern Nigeria, whether you like it or not, we have been marginalized over the years. But some of the failures of the federal government was because these people have failed to challenge the federal government where it was needful. They have failed to be bold enough and courageous to say, you can't have a 16 years budget that there was no one second Niger bridge built. And yet trillions were being budgeted over the years. You can't have a budget of over the years that common Enugu Onitsha road has become a death trap. The road leading correct money to abandon. So what is the meeting all about? Is it just about gathering? Because I don't want it to be a reactionary measure to Nnamdi Kanu's influence and the overgrowing influence. And let it be that it's strategic. What is the vision? What is the mission? Where is the strategy? What are the programs? How do you want to achieve them? For example, why should today, it is a commendable effort, Mr. President have just approved that a railway be built to Daura that will link Daura to Niger. And the statement made by the president is that all, so that there will be economic opening. But today, on the airport, the seaport is abandoned. Calabar seaport is abandoned. I'm from Abia State. Everybody keep lying to us that Igbo land is landlocked. We are this and that. I'm not taking measure to that statement, but I want to tell you a statement of fact. We are nearly about just 25 nautical miles away from the Atlantic. Why can't we have seaport? It's not necessarily the federal government that must do everything. If you have leaders who are thinking, in modern world, it is public partnership, but you must come with your data, you must come with your graphics. What is achievable in your zone? There is no economic plan. No economic plan. Southeast and South does not have economic plan. You wake up one day and say, I want to build road here. Where is it leading to? That is what I'm saying. So let this gathering be a gathering of purposefulness. Let it be a gathering of strategic gathering. Let it be visionary and let it be for
President, do you see this? I mean, let's face it. I mean, he said something very important. Yes. I listened, I actually saw the communique read at the end of that meeting of the governors. Even though they said there's every need to restructure, they did not specifically say, for instance, what they would want restructured, especially to affect their region particularly. So do you think that meeting was basically because of the tension in the land, especially coming from the side of
not that I think. You two know, it's an obvious fact. The meeting came about because of the pressure and the tension in the country today.
It's a good thing that they are meeting in the first place anyway.
So we started, something has started. And then, like he rightly said, except we want to play away from facts. I was shocked as one of my great leaders, one of my mentors, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, for coming out to tell us that restructure is not the issue. I was shocked. We worked for him. I know when we were working for him, we were using Ogoluwa house in Ikeja. And I remembered 1 or 2 times, the OPC group came to threaten us. We were working for him. Then we had the Chief Ogochukwu Yema as our chairman, before he became a PDP member and won the primary. You see, the truth must be told. Great leaders at the time probably want to please. I remembered some couple of months back, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo told Nigerians, except that he was misquoted, that the East should produce the next president. I'm shocked now. We're not seeing anybody from the East. I'm an Ijoma.
You're not seeing anybody from the east. How
Yes.
do you mean?
I mean, what I mean is nobody
It's not
clamoring for now from the major blocks. No, the truth must, that's the restructure.
well, maybe because it's not time, but
what
to say
time
that
is it? You see,
there are quite a
what
number
we're
of people
saying,
who are
that is
interested
the
from the
case.
east.
No, the truth must be true. I'm not an Igbo man.
No, but I'm saying there are quite a number of people who who are interested.
They had better
in the
come out
presidency.
because this is a period now. But we're seeing almost everybody from the north declaring to come back, which is good. It's politics, it's democracy. But we're saying the equity is very, very relevant. You just cited instances. I know of the east-west road. Before Ore, you had the good road from up to Mbiama. I mentioned areas, but go and see that area now. It's a death trap. Recently on TV, they showed us in Mbiama. Once it's 7 o'clock in the evening, you can't pass there.
I know Mbiama very well.
It becomes a security risk. What we're saying is abandoned projects all over the area. Then look at the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Even the construction company has moved out of sight. I don't believe in particular where I come from, but I believe in the Nigerian factor. But we're seeing that if a road, if you now say you're constructing a rail line from Kano to Daura, the question is to open up. Good. But what about seaports? We have the Brutu port, abandoned. Warri port, abandoned. Port Harcourt port, abandoned.
These rail lines to
abandoned.
And then you see major. I hope these rail lines are actually constructed because I know that even before now,
yes.
Another rail line was supposed to go to even Otueke as well.
But
it's just funny the way we say this thing.
It is funny. That's why we say let's restructure, and the restructure is even with regards to our language, but our choice of word.
Yeah. Let's talk about something else again that I really want to get your reactions on. Over the week, of course, we understand the governors of the Southeast met with IPO Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB. We don't know what the outcome of that meeting is. Of course, the general perception is that the leaders, I mean the governors now, would have told him to, take things easy and calm down. And then we saw the governors of the the North. The Northern governors now meet with the Ariwa youth, of course. The Ariwa youth now announcing the withdrawal of their, whatever notice we want to call it, even though I think it's, I find it repulsive actually using the word quit notice. You're asking a particular Nigerian to leave a particular part of the country. We're all Nigerians. But would you say it's like the governors are now beginning to step up to the plate now? Would you say that? And how much difference do you think they can actually make?
Well, sincerely, I'm not part of them. I don't even meet with them. But I think
but from
what we see and we hear, it's like they are getting to feel that, yes, they need to come out and do some. And then talk and then convince people to play the role that will give this country a good image.
Do you think, Grace, that these governors will be able to make some kind of difference now? I mean, for instance, to tell Nnamdi Kanu to take things easy, pipe low, and let things just...
in my own thinking, everything is achievable. What is achievable is this. Number is to the extent that these people, these so-called governors, are sincere. Nnamdi Kanu did not just spring up and start making waves. It is the continued marginalization of the southeastern Nigeria and the abandonment of their geography that led to the frustration that increased the inspiration for followership of Nnamdi Kanu. If these governors had done, even in their own effort, let's even forget federal government, because to an extent sometimes I've written before to say, even within the situation we find ourselves,
very true,
a creative leader can make things happen. We have seen some flashes of creativity in a state like Anambra. You understand me? Look at Abia State, 18 years, the state is abandoned. Aba is already comatose. Now, if these governors are sincere, people will begin to trust them. But these people are people who have not paid salaries. People who are driving private jets, are building estates in Lagos, buying houses in London and in Dubai, yet workers are not paid.
But then the irony is that people are not talking about the governors. People keep talking about the federal government.
That is what I'm saying. So to the extent that these people will be able to assuage these people, I don't know. Yes, the attempt I think they may mind to do is that, okay, let's call the Nnamdi Kanu to the table to be sharing with us so that he can abandon this guy so that they'll be quiet. Any other strategy I don't understand, because number one, there is no faith in these people. Most governors in this south and southeast, literally people don't have faith in them. How much have they received over the last 18 years? What is on ground to show that at least if from back in 1999 there were no roads, if there's consistent investment from the little you are getting from the center, if you are creative, how can Aba be there and Abia State is poor? It's just because of lack of creative ingenuity. They're only thinking of what to get in their pocket. So to the extent that I know these people, they may be doing it as a reactionary measure to please the center anyway, to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is taken out of the way, so that they will have a relaxed man to continue to loot the people. But whereby they are sincere, we will get to know over time, because number one, some of the things Nnamdi Kanu say is true, though his use of abusive word and antagonizing other tribes is the only thing that is undermining his pursuit. Is there any legitimacy for agitation in the South? Is yes. Today you are still doing quota system. A child born in Anambra State cannot go to school, a federal college, even after he has scored 200, and when he has a member of a Nigerian from another place who scores 20, you are deliberately undermining him. And you are shortchanging him. You are reducing this nation's best and brightest opportunities to have your best minds emerge in the same. So that is marginalization. And I ask, today, is there any federal presence in the southeastern Nigeria? No. Even that is supposed to be the outcome of the ingenuity of war veterans of the old Biafra, that is supposed to magnify into a federal institution. And today they are still saying that in 2018 they start producing pencil. Please, can you mention any federal agency you know in the East? No. You go to Nigeria Delta, the same thing. Mopi is operating in Lagos. His office is in Lagos. They are paying taxes in Lagos, but the operational base is in Nigeria Delta. That's why you're degrading the land. Okay. So, and the governors knew. The senators knew. The House of Rep members knew from the South and Southeast. Have they risen up to say, we are protesting this? Let all the members of the National Assembly from South and Southeast walk out of protest. So if they are sincere, if they are sincere, they will not only douse the tension, they will not only bring Nnamdi Kanu down, they will get the followership, they will now show the Igbos the new way to go about solving their problems.
Sincerity on the part of governors, very important. I also want you to speak, I want to guide this now. I want you to also speak, you know, about the South governors as well. I mean, over the years.
If we take it the way he's going, we probably will say our governors from the South and the Southeast. It's not only our governors.
No, we know that.
All governors in the country.
Yeah.
The problem is this. There is this fiat given by federal government to certain areas. Like he mentioned the issue of cut-off mark. You can't tell me that somebody from Burutu will not assess with somebody from, let's say, Akwanga. And you say Akwanga should score 2 and you get admission and then Burutu must score 200. No. What makes you think that Akwanga and Burutu are mentioning interior areas of the South and then it's not? The truth is this: there is a deliberate plan.
But there's also the truth is
we
also
always running out.
No, but hold on.
What
I'm saying
let me try and let me make a point.
You'll finish.
Let me land. How do you rate it?
Go on.
How do you rate?
You don't solve it by disadvantaging
another person.
No, that is no solution.
That's it. You see,
create a special program that will emancipate everybody
from a particular part of the country.
Hold on. Hold on.
You make a particular part of the country look as if they have nothing to offer. Then the other group, you deny them the right to have their interests. You cannot compare. Then you now put down policies that would deny people from, particularly, I just mentioned a community where you don't even have more vehicles, Burutu. Yet you say somebody from Burutu must score 200 to be admitted. That's why we say restructure.
But let's tell ourselves the truth.
Yes.
Which part of this country you think is not marginalized?
Simple. That's why we are saying if everywhere is marginalized, then you give everybody equal opportunity. So if we are going
because we also have to be careful.
No,
the impression. Hold on.
You are not giving me time. You're not giving me time.
Don't worry. Let me finish. I'll come to you.
DEJI,
Great.
Let me say this to you. What we're saying is that we're a country that has been so hypocritical. Even when our leaders claim to be courageous, the only courage we have is only to intimidate our citizens. Not the courage to fundamentally alter the things that are making society not function.
You see, it picks on the governors of the Southeast. I'm telling you, all the governors probably will have the same blame. But there's this argument I bring about. The federal government has a special treatment for certain part of the country.
Like which part of the country?
The north.
How?
This is a basic.
No, I need to know
we
how.
We have equal problems, but you give them fiat.
No, but I just need to know how.
You must score this from the north before you get this. But from the south, you must score something higher. Meanwhile, we are all the same.
Because I don't want us to
no, that's the truth. You are believing that he is trying to say the governors in the south and the south are not taking up. They're doing their best. I'm not part of them. I don't even live there. But trying their best within the caveats provided for them by the federal government.
They have not tried their best. By what standard have the governors?
I can mention governors I was close to. I was close to James Ibori.
Okay.
I was close to the late Chief Alamesia.
He did very well. And he had that much of money in London. He had that much of money in Dubai. He had so much of money when the roads are not built in Delta. When the roads in Delta are not built, Ibori did very well. But he has all these properties in the Niger Delta. No. I'm not going to say the governors of South is as much as we have issues at the center. But let's deal with that.
I want to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
All the governors in the country, former, previous, and now,
yes.
Which one hasn't got properties outside the country?
The issue is that Ayuna is honorating him.
I'm not exonerating.
And we are now discussing, we are now particularizing this discussion as South and Southeast people. So let's tell ourselves the truth.
Let's address the federal government should take issues.
No, but I'm just saying, those two examples you cited, I don't think are good examples.
Alamesia?
And
up till today, go there. DSP Alamesia, I'm telling you what, we still on ground there. And this was, it's not when you live in Lagos.
Let's not talk about the dead.
You live in, and that's the problem.
DEJI, let's not shy away from discussing this.
You see now, you have your own point. You have your own point, but mine must not be listened to.
No, that is not if
you
know
South.
No, you don't
and
understand.
My leaders, they created
understand.
platforms. Look, some of us, we know what we gain from them. They try to address the issues. But politics in Nigeria, first, the federal must draw your attention. And that's why we are seeing them. They are the most corrupt today. We have ministers of petroleum before. Today, it's only David West that went to jail for gold wristwatch and cup of tea. It's only Daniel Tete still being prosecuted. Today, it's, what's her name again now? Desiani. But we had former petroleum ministers. We know what is going on. But the truth is that, wait now. We don't have platform. We don't
so that we get this in right perspective.
We don't have platform.
For the fact that the center is marginalizing us, for the fact that center is marginalizing us, is it a good reason for us to marginalize our own people? Sir, I participated in the presidential amnesty. Let me give you facts. Between the period of 2011 and 2014, over 460 billion was spent on presidential amnesty. The guy who supervise that presidential amnesty today is somewhere abroad. He does not even have the confidence to come and answer for how you utilize the money. Okay, let me tell you this. As a Niger Delta person, I want you to imagine what 450 billion would have done in terms of setting up industrial schools. Productivity will be going on. Training will be going on. When you are depositing 5 billion for one community to be developed, it's going to be a training center. You are building maybe furniture, or you are developing fisheries, you are developing whatever. Imagine 9 states of the Niger Delta sharing these monies in 469 billion. Let's say you remove 69 billion as administrative costs, then you share for this. None of them will get less than 40 billion. Specifically put, invest in the Niger Delta. You build industries, you train people there, you continue to train people. But some of them took some of our boys to Trinidad and Tobago, just abandon them there. Some of them went to Ghana to learn crafts, which we have better welding mechanics here. We have Nollywood that is big. Some of them were going to train in Ghana on how to use camera. They were just looking for avenue to filter this money. Yes, we are being marginalized from the center. But how can we now come to continue to undermine ourselves? That the fact that Desiani is from the Niger Delta is not enough for her to steal money to go and build in London. Why did she build in Yenagua? Why didn't she set up industry in Yenagua? Alamese Ibori, why did they put up there? The same thing with TA, with Ojis Okaru, and all of them. Why are they not developing Abia State and the Imo State? This is what we are saying. Let's utilize the little we are getting, so we can bridge the gap and not make it so.
I let you have the final say.
On what now? He has spoken all. You see, that's our problem. I'm happy he's from the southeast. And that's why we are treated the way they are treating us. Because we open ourselves for open confrontation. Let me tell him. He talked about, you mentioned about the presidential amnesty program.
Yes.
Except you are not on ground. Go and find out. Today you get boys who are now into piloting. They are even employed, engaged. We have boys who are listening
ratio
now.
To what
When you were talking, I kept quiet now.
Just go on.
Listen to me.
Go on, President.
It's just that on the program, I walk out. Because I know what we have experienced. It's not noise making. That's why I don't condemn them, because they know what. I'm not saying they are doing that good, but at least they are trying their best. They are trying their best, but there is this instrument. We are supposed to look at Nigerian issue, but we see we come here to openly disgrace our people. You talk about the man. No, you talk about the man who handled the amnesty program before. That's Honorable Kingsley Kuku. He said he's somewhere this and that.
If you don't want truth to be said, that means unfortunate.
No, but
you don't know it. You don't know it. You don't know it. You don't know it.
Come on the national media and deny facts.
I know it.
And today,
I am a German. I'm not an Igbo man. I'm a German. From the 9 states where that participated in the amnesty program that is still ongoing, they all know what they have derived, they've gained. You can't come here and rush it.
What is the ratio to the amount spent? You have spent so far. You have spent over 500 billion.
All right, gentlemen.
How many people? No, it's unfortunate that I have to be on this kind of program.
We'll just have to end it here. But one thing I want to
being factual.
Yes, one thing I also want to clear.
You don't rubbish people anyhow.
This is not about rubbishing people.
He said it now.
We're just being realistic. I mean,
you're not being realistic.
No, but we've been
the amnesty program. You don't know to what level. Look at the visit of the vice president. The visit to the vice president. Wait now. The visit of the vice president to the Niger Delta lately has led to whatever we are seeing. Today we are producing well over 2.something million barrels.
We can't. One fact is this: we can't
you
deny.
just come here and then
We can't deny the fact. We can't deny the fact
presidential
that
amnesty program. So I know what I'm talking about.
President, we can't
Yes,
deny
I know
the
what I'm
fact
talking
that. We can't
I'm
deny
not speaking
from
as an
Abia.
outsider. I participated. I was go and check Oga. I worked
course,
under the presidential amnesty. If you want to know, so
President,
you know what I'm saying
President,
about.
we can't.
The quantity of money spent and the derivatives does not
and you
correlate.
gain so much.
We are not saying that.
Wait, President, we can't.
Even our own
I never
money is
participated,
actually
but
invested.
where?
We
But it's not
cannot.
true.
Where?
So we're
Where?
passionate about letting
They
this
know. He
Federal
participated.
government
He has been
marginalization.
involved.
Our leaders
We are the
woke
active
up and
actors.
do
Yeah, I
the
never
needful so that
got
people
involved,
can
but we are
rise.
monitoring.
That is all.
We're not listening.
You can't
to
get a
ourselves.
perfection. You can't get perfection.
We're not
But
listening
don't
to ourselves.
rubbish people who had made mark.
We're not
You
listening
don't
to
come
ourselves.
to public domain and
We're-
rubbish people who have made mark. That's our problem in
we're
Nigeria.
not
And it's
listening.
common with us in the south. Very common, particularly south,
All right,
south,
I
east.
think I'll have to close the program.
I like the Yorubas. They will not
Gentlemen,
rubbish
thank
themselves.
Thank you very much
You
for
don't
coming on
rubbish
the
our
program.
leaders.
Nobody has come here to rubbish anybody. Everybody has come here to. We've just come here to discuss our problems.
No.
There's
Don't
no doubt
discuss
that we have
problem.
problems.
You come and then use public
we have
domain to
problems
rubbish
everywhere.
them.
We
No.
have problems everywhere.
And that's our major problem.
We'll take a short break now and we'll be right back. Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on DEJI360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.